No, there are two types of loneliness. There's external loneliness, where a person is alone, doesn't have community in terms, and there are different 5 layers of community. You have neighbors, you have acquaintances, you have colleagues, you have friends, and you have intimate friends. These are the 5 levels of community. Okay. So people can even add enemies as the 6th one, no problem. These are 5 layers of community. Now, in external loneliness, the person lacks a combination of all of both.
All the 5?
Yes, a combination. That is, maybe some of them or all of them. Okay. So in external loneliness, the person doesn't have enough friends. And it happens to people. I've known people who have relocated to Canada and they didn't have friends, or relocated to some place, and they didn't have the right community. I know a lady who married a man in Nigeria. She relocated from London to Nigeria. And for a few months, she suffered it. She didn't have enough friends. It was a new community to her. So that's where loneliness means that you don't have one or more or all of this. You don't have either intimate friends, acquaintances, colleagues, or neighbors. And like I said, it happens to people sometimes because of migration, sometimes because of a change of career, sometimes because of things that happen. Some people go through negative episodes in their life. They could go through a divorce and a lot of friends leave them. Yeah. They could go through a business failure. And a lot of friends leave them. True. And things like that. Yeah. So things happen. That's external loneliness. That's external. Loneliness kills more people than tobacco smoking. I'll give you the 2 people who died, prominent people. I'll give you even more than that, who died of suicide. And it was down to this thing. There was Phyllis Hyman, an R&B superstar. There was Tony Zich, the founder of Zappos. There was Anthony Bourdain. There was Chester Bennington of Linkin Park. If you study the suicide story of these people, you know that it was tied to interpersonal relations, and that there was that internal loneliness there. So let me talk about internal loneliness now. In internal loneliness, what happens is that you have those people. You have, your friends, family. You have your neighbors, you have your acquaintances, you have your colleagues at work. But you cannot confide in any of them. You have them externally, but internally, you don't have friends that you can say, I'm going through this thing. Let's talk about it. I'm going through this. I'm a life coach. So people call me every now and then to confide in me. I know that a lot of people are internally lonely. They have people around them,
but they cannot confide in them.
But they don't have people that they can really pour their life into. So if you have a friend that you cannot tell the truth, you cannot tell your friend the truth, you are internally lonely. You are suffering, but you may not know it. Wow. After a while, it will accumulate and then give you the harvest that is required. If you have a friend that can't tell you the truth, you are internally lonely. Wow. If you have a friend that you can't share your problems with, this one is not even that maybe there's something that there's a skeleton in your cupboard, but you can't confide, you can't share things with. You are internally lonely. If you have friends that cannot inspire you to reach far further, you are internally lonely. Wow. So that is where between external loneliness and internal loneliness. Look at Puff Daddy. Okay. Look at Puff. I mean, you know about him that he's in court now.